Hey, what's up everyone? It's Western Viper here. I'm your new addition to the Doc Sports Investment Service. I wanted to release a short introduction video to give you all some information as to who Western Viper is and what I'm about. So, growing up in England, you're generally expected to be a fan of rugby or football, or soccer as you like to call it across the pond. However, I was always fascinated by North American sports, especially the NBA. I remember as a kid, I was taken to my first ever Laker game, and from that moment, I just knew I wanted to be involved in the game somehow. I remember asking my parents for a basketball hoop, all the gear that I needed, and it turned out I was pretty good at basketball. At the age of only 15, I was ranked as one of the best shooting guards in the country, and I played international ball for Great Britain, and I was the leading scorer with 27 points per game. Then at the age of 16, I received various letters for future scholarship offers for many Division I colleges such as George Mason, DePaul, Virginia. However, my career was put on hold due to a ruptured Achilles and fractured tibia injury. After recovery, it was the final season before I decided which scholarship I wanted to accept. And on the first game back, I tore the ligaments in my ankle. Long story short, I was noted as an injury-prone player and all the scholarships that were offered to me were revoked. Anyway, I went out to LA to partake in some showcases and tryouts, and I actually met a guy who introduced me to sports gambling, which really interested me. I've always been good with maths and numbers, and it's quite a funny story as he was quite a heavy gambler, but wasn't very good. He couldn't win with any of his wagers, really. And just because of my general knowledge of the game and what I've seen in teams, especially in college basketball, he explained to me what a spread was. And from that moment, I was right more times than not. And he was honestly just amazed with my ability to do this. After being out in LA for a couple of weeks, I returned home. And it really hit me that my career as a basketball player was not shaping up the way I had planned. Due to all the injuries, I wasn't any longer listed as a player that was sought after. So gambling really became my calling to get involved in the game again. Yeah, I mean, trying to gain an edge with numbers and mathematics really appealed to my competitive nature. Trying to get the better of someone or something else. I'm between the age of 18 and 21, I gambled over in the UK and really focused on building my bankroll. I didn't really know too much, but I knew enough to turn a small profit. And at the age of 21, I was betting the limit at most of the major books over there. Even many of them refused to take my action any longer. I then finally decided to take a trip out to Vegas. Without too much detail, I was introduced through a mutual friend to some real sharp movers. I was given access to information, which gave me a real edge over the lines on offer. I mean, it just amazed me what these guys could do. And to be honest, since then, I never really looked back. And then a few years ago, I decided to set myself up as a service. That concept was introduced to me by a friend out in Vegas who was charging what he would call his premium clients for his wages. And that actually appealed to me also because the satisfaction of helping others beat the books appealed to me somewhat. So he told me transparency was extremely important, that you wouldn't get clients if people didn't know you were legitimate. I hear there's a lot of frauds out there, which over the past couple of years I've seen firsthand. So I started tracking my plays for my premium clients over this past season, and we are up over 80 units in only 5 months now, and we have 59% winners. At this point, there was many companies that were interested in me, larger companies, but they tried to bring me on, but they really didn't have the right attitude. It wasn't something that I was interested in. Then I was contacted by Doc Sports, and then they decided they wanted to monitor me for the next 6 months. And finally, after seeing proof of how skilled I was, decided that I was right for the team. What really interested them, and I guess makes me different from many services and handicappers out there, is my vast range of sharp mover contacts that I verify information with on a day-to-day basis. I handicap all sports, including the rarities such as MMA and boxing. We even have some inside information into certain camps and have lots of info that even the books don't have access to. Western Viper's service will only ever release sharp plus EV moves at the right numbers. And where my service varies more, I really don't believe in releasing plays until the right time. I don't like the idea of releasing plays at certain times. They are released sporadically throughout the day. It ensures clients receive the best number. I believe information is power. There's no gimmicks, there's no magic system, and really no bullshit to this. Late information, late line movements can be the entire difference for a winning and losing season. Viper's service guarantees long-term winners. So that's about all. You can sign up for a free trial by texting Viper to 29022. That way you can see for yourself the results with no obligation whatsoever. This is the sharpest service you will ever use, and you will never look back. Excited to be working with more of you. Take care.